My name is Joshua. I used to be a carpenter in the city, but then I had the bright idea to drag a 32-foot wooden sailboat into the woods of eastern Canada where I'm living off-grid. Built in Japan in 1966, for almost half a century she sailed the seven seas only to be marooned on the other side of the world. I aim to fix that. The only problem, I've never worked on a boat before. This is a boat in the woods. September 22nd, 2025. Back to work on the boiler room workshop conversion. I spent the morning doing the final skim coat of drywall compound. Not my best work, but I don't mind considering the state of the mudding and the rest of the room. Later, I made a run into town for supplies, paint, and TSP to try to clean the walls. I spent the rest of the day trying to scrub decades of furnace oil residue out of the drywall. September 23rd, 2025. I started to apply stain-blocking oil primer to the walls. I was originally going to lime wash, but the oil in the drywall was seeping through where I had applied compound. I used my small paint sprayer to get the hard-to-reach areas, which was much quicker. After, I rolled the primer onto the walls and let it dry overnight. September 24th, 2025. Paint day. I wasn't happy with the coverage my small sprayer gave me. Not sure if I didn't thin it enough or too much, but did the cutting in of the first coat of paint with a brush instead. I started to roll on the paint, really happy with the off-white that I chose. Pure white would have felt too sterile, I think. Also, was gonna leave the ceiling with just primer, but decided to paint it. I'm glad I did because it looks much better. The paint made an enormous difference. It feels like a completely different space. I removed the scaffolding, sanded the sill plate, and did a big cleanup before going home to make dinner, leaving the floor to dry while I was gone. Once I was back, I started painting the concrete, cutting in with a brush. I wasn't sure about the red floor paint that a friend picked up for me at first, but now I really love the color. It dries the color of oxblood. It's really striking. The floor is really rough in some areas. If I was doing a full restoration, I would have poured some leveling concrete, but this is just a quick spruce up to get working in the shop. I finished the first coat at 10 p.m. What a long day. September 25th, 2025. Woke up pretty sore and tired, but started the morning by applying the second and final coat of floor paint. I can't believe how good this space looks. It went from Texas Chainsaw Massacre to somewhere I actually want to spend some time in. It was definitely worth the hassle of painting everything. Later, in the afternoon, my friend Chad helped me drain the diesel from the tanks in the boat into a tank on the back of his truck. How full does it seem?
About here.
It went pretty smoothly, using a hand pump and a rubber hose.
Alrighty.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Leave the rest in there. And
Yeah.
Out.
Nice.
Right there. Go.
You think that tank is big enough to...
Well, I'm gonna go check on that right now. Is this lots of room? You probably got a half tank left.
Okay. I think that might be it. Sweet. Once empty, they were easy to lift out and lower to the ground.
Points of contact.
Looks nasty.
Down my leg.
Oh shit. So glad to have that done so that I can continue with the interior work. Very happy with the progress made this week. Thanks again. Okay, well that's it for this week. I'm so excited with how this space turned out. It's amazing. Wasn't sure how I felt about the red at first, but I love it. It's bold. Next step is workbench. I'm gonna do shelving on this wall, and then we have to wait for the electrician to come in and do light fixtures, and we're doing a few outlets along the perimeter, just so there's good coverage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons and those of you who have donated through PayPal and Ko-fi. It means the world to me, and it lets me buy paint and drywall compound so that I have access to a workshop that doesn't creep me out. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so through Patreon. You get early access to the videos. And if you would rather do a one-time donation, then you can do that through PayPal or Ko-fi. But even just watching is so helpful, so thank you. And I'll see you next week.